Hello everybody, how are we doing tonight? It's another cold night. It's actually cold tonight. It's minus 18 or something like that. It's really very cold. And what can we do? This is how it is. So I am just wondering, how are you guys feeling about the weekend? It's coming up. Things are going to be beautiful. It's not going to be too cold, but you can stay in bed tonight and enjoy yourself. So we'll see how it goes. They said, hang on, we're telling your followers to join you on your video. So here we go. So it's Friday night. It's Ask Your Question night. Later tonight, I'll be doing another live with Zan the Man Smith. And that will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that should be fun. So let us see what happens with that. So I think we're going to talk about health and wealth. So that should be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, here I am, enjoying the Friday night. So maybe, and it's cold, so as I said, I'm looking forward to maybe snuggling in bed. And with one of my books that I should be reading. I have to read every night, so tonight I will be reading. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, here we are. It's Friday night, Ask a Question night. So they're telling me to hang on. They're telling more followers you join your video. So I'm hanging on, and then I will start what we're going to do. So I have 7 questions tonight. So that's not a good morning. Good morning. I'm so accustomed to seeing you in the morning. I said good morning. Good evening, Dawn. Thank you for joining me tonight. I have 7 questions tonight, so that's not a lot. Normally I have 10 questions, but anyway. So here we are, and tonight is Friday night, Ask Me a Question night. So we're going to see how it is. You waved, yeah, of course I waved at you. So anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. So let's see how it goes. So I should give myself another minute. So how is the weather in New York, Dawn? Is it cold? We are -7. So that should be about 9 degrees. Your kind of degrees, your Fahrenheit or something like -17, not 17 or 18, not, yeah, with the wind. So it's -6 and the wind is bringing it to -18 or 17 or 18. So it's really cold. So that's one of those type of things we're experiencing right now. So anyway, I have the 7 questions. So I'm going to start my questions. The first one I'll start from the last to the thing for a change. Very nice today. We'll drop soon. Temperature, eh? So I'm going to start with my last question because it's a little bit, it's not long. So the question was, how do you maintain a healthy attitude and maintain your health? Okay, so how do I maintain my healthy attitude and maintain my health? So I maintain my healthy attitude by, thinking healthy things. That's one of the things I do. I always think healthy thoughts. I try to think of the things that are very good. Hi, Yoko. How are you? So how do you maintain a healthy attitude and keep your health? A healthy attitude first is a state of mind. You have to decide that your life is worth maintaining. In your positive thoughts brings out your healthy attitude. Because if you think a lot of negative thoughts, you naturally are going to have a negative feeling. If you're down in the dumps with your thoughts, you're going to find that you actually will start slouching. You will feel down in the dumps too, because that's what you're portraying to yourself. So it's best to think of a healthy thought. I started answering the question, how are you? Oh my goodness, years and years ago. And it was just something that I got in meditation. When people ask you how you are, just say, I'm absolutely wonderful. So I started saying it towards to the point that my nieces and my nephews would call me Miss Wonderful. Hi, Rosie. And so what I did, I always said I'm wonderful. I just kept saying that. And I remember the first time somebody made a comment about it was I was at my cousin's house, and I didn't know the person, but they knew about me. So I walked in and the person said to me, "Oh, hello, how are you, Tessa-Marie?" I said, "I am absolutely wonderful." I didn't know her, but she knew through the family thing, she kind of knew me. So she said to me, "I haven't heard anybody answer this question like that. This is the first time I've heard it." I didn't tell her why, but that was something I received in meditation. And when you're asked a question, I was told, while meditating, answer, "You're absolutely wonderful," because it's not necessary to tell that person how down in the dumps or how depressed or whatever you're going through. Sometimes it just makes them feel worse. But whereas if you say, "I am absolutely wonderful," they feel a lot better about themselves. They feel about, they will smile. So I started doing it. And I kept doing it, and my nieces and nephews called me Miss Wonderful. And then when I was at work, and you walk in and there's customers and there's the lineup, and I'm going to my office and somebody would say to me, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I said, "I'm absolutely wonderful." And I would notice the other customers in the line waiting for the tellers to serve them would be laughing. So I realized it had an effect on people. And I'm not saying that it was always wonderful when I said it, but it felt wonderful. Because sometimes I'm walking in and I'm coming in for a late shift, 12 to 8. And I know the first thing I have to attend to is a customer complaint, is a customer situation, is somebody not happy with what we did. So, and I tackle the hard things first. So when I walked in and they would say, "How are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm absolutely wonderful." And then the receptionist comes up and she said, "I hope you keep being wonderful, because there's a not so wonderful person is waiting for you." And I said, "Oh, we'll deal with it." So that is the attitude. How you speak about yourself is the most important thing you can do for yourself. So that is one of the things that I do. So that's how I maintain a healthy attitude, is feeling pumped, feeling accelerated, feeling, you know what. On the other hand, let's look at life. What do we have to worry about? What do we have to take away our attitude? You're alive, you're kicking, you're functioning. When I say there's reasons to be grateful, I prefer if you don't compare yourself to somebody you know that's having a harder time than you. That is not how you say you're grateful. I once had two sisters, and they were both related to me, but they were two sisters. One was older than the other. The younger one hurt her knee, and then she said to me, I say the same thing I do. Absolutely wonderful. It's true. So the younger sister had a bad knee, and she had to take wheel-trams. So she could, wherever she had to go. She couldn't drive. So the older sister, by a few years, said to her, "Oh, I am so happy that God has," how did she put it? I'm so happy to God that I can take the bus. I don't have to take wheel-trams." And I thought that was so terrible when she said it, because this person maybe does not want to be in a wheel-tram, but she had to. She had no other choice. So I didn't say anything. But years later, she ended up, because of age, now have to be in a wheel-tram. So how do you feel? So you don't compare yourself to each other and say, "I am so grateful I have a job. I'm so grateful I do this. I have a husband. I have healthy children because I know somebody, or my friend or my cousin." Or, don't compare you with them. You're just saying that you're more blessed than them, but you don't know what other blessings they had. And that is something you will observe. Somebody once said to me, "I am so grateful, and we have money to pay for our vacation home and for our home in the city. And I don't know how these people are doing it that have only one pension." And I said to her, "How do you know how many pensions they have? How do you know how they invested their money?" So we don't compare ourselves to others. That is one thing. Be grateful for you and where you are and your family and what you have and what you want, and leave other people to be grateful for their own. So that's one of those things. And then what I do to keep healthy, well, this room I'm in is huge. It's a huge family room. So I run around when the weather is like today, it's minus 18, so it's like 8 degrees Fahrenheit or 7, something. It's really cold and it's windy. So every hour I run for 8 minutes, like you on an elliptical like this, and my watch tells me if you are doing an elliptical, you should put it on. So I do. And I run for 8 minutes, Then my son left one of those balls there, so I take that and I swing it around for 2 minutes. So I do 10 minutes like that. I do 10 deep breaths, and then I sit quietly every hour for 5 minutes with my eyes closed. I stop what I'm doing. I leave this room when I'm closing my eye, and I go to the living room facing this street. But I sit in a chair and I just sit there and I close my eyes for 5 minutes. Every hour I am home, I do that. And I run around the room for 8 minutes. I twist that ball, that 5-pound ball, for 2 minutes. I do 10 deep breaths and I go upstairs and I sit for 5 minutes with my eyes closed, and I dare my body to move. I said, you're not moving, you're not scratching your nose, you're not pulling a hair, you're not touching anything. You are in quiet moment. And sometimes if it's really sunny, I will put a sleep mask on because I'm determined to do that. So that I come back now to this room and start my other hour of, if I have something to do, or if I'm preparing my lunch or my dinner, then I do that. So that's how I maintain that. You have spoken about question number 6. I started from the back. You have spoken about your morning routine. Do you have a night routine? Yes, I do. I am a Taurus. We kind of have to have things going in a certain way for us to do it well, because our brain just keeps going, like, so when I'm done, like tonight I'm doing a 9 p.m. with Zan on health and wealth or something like that at 9 p.m. So normally at 9 I'm getting ready, 9:30, I'm getting ready for bed. I go to bed, I go in my bed at 9:30 and to sleep. So there's stuff that you self-talk, and that is something, I think I discussed it with Rosie once. You have to self-talk yourself. So one of the things I do, I don't say I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. So I'm sending a message to my subconscious mind, when we get there, we're going to sleep. So that is the end of the routine. So the usual, hygiene stuff, you do that. And then I pray. I do my gratitude journal for the day. So I get to choose 5 things I am grateful for, and I write them down. I say the Our Father 3 times. What I do, I say 10 decades of the Rosary. Since I'm Catholic, I practice that. And then I thank the angels and saints and the guardians, the ascending fathers, your spiritual guides, because you have all these people, all these energies that are around you. You might not feel them, but you can hear them. Sometimes you can, if you're really into your zone and you're on a walk, you can almost hear footsteps and you're wondering where they're coming from. And you know it's not yours. So I'm a little bit cookie, so don't take it. But that's what I do. I acknowledge the presence around me. I acknowledge the energy around me. I acknowledge your guardian angel. So I give thanks and I am grateful for all of these energies that help me go through a day. Because a day in a huge house by yourself, if you'd let it take you, it can take you. But I have so many reasons to be grateful. I am grateful that I get up in the morning. I'm grateful that when I step into the shower, I am protected. So because think before in the shower. So you have to have a lot of gratitude. So I spend time, and when I am grateful, I am grateful like I talk to you. If you're spreading gratitude, you need to spread gratitude with passion. Everything I do has passion. So if I'm being grateful, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I got up this morning. I'm grateful I did my 20-minute workout this morning. I'm grateful I had this most amazing cold shower, which I hate. I'm grateful. I don't say I hate. I'm grateful I got dressed. I'm grateful I had a fantastic coffee and lemon water, whatever I had. And so I am grateful for the entire day. I'm grateful I did my morning blessings. I'm grateful I did a live with Yoko, with Rosie, with whoever I did a live with. I'm grateful I did my 7 p.m. live. I'm grateful I heard from my brother, my sister, my friends, my children. I have a list of gratitude. I'm grateful for the parents that I was blessed with. They're gone, but I have to be grateful because my parents made me me. So all of these things, I do that. And when I do that, I walk around the house because I want my gratitude to be felt, because it's wonderful to spread your gratitude. I'm grateful for the neighbors that look out for me. I'm grateful for the man that cuts my grass, the lady that helps me in the garden. I'm grateful for the cleaning lady. I'm grateful for the people that come and assist me. I pay them, but I'm grateful that I can get them to do this and they have a nice attitude. So I'm grateful for those type of things. I'm grateful for my neighbor 2 doors down the street. I'm grateful for the one across the street that washes my car. I am grateful for, the one that if in case I'm not home, I'm on vacation, they pick up my mail. So I have a lot of reasons to be grateful. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my five senses. We all have to be grateful for that. And the things you want to stay good in your life. So you must practice that. It doesn't take as long. It takes 15 minutes. And if you have 15, you cannot give 15 minutes in the evening before you go to bed for gratitude, then you have to try doing that. And if you cannot do it in silence, when you go in the shower, you do it in the shower. And you scream it out in the shower. You let it go in the shower. So I am grateful that, my blood pressure is great, my cholesterol is perfect, and according to my doctor, that is. I'm grateful that my weight is 152, I'm 5'8", it doesn't matter. I'm grateful I can maintain it. I'm grateful I eat well. So you have so many things to be grateful for. But you must remember to put passion in your gratitude. You don't say, I'm so grateful I feel good today. No, you are grateful you feel amazing today. I'm so grateful I feel so amazing. I'm so grateful joy fills my heart. I'm so grateful I have this perfect life. It doesn't matter if your life has a crack, it is still perfect. So you're grateful for what you have. You don't sit and spend your time being grateful for what you think that you don't have. If you're going to be grateful, then be grateful for what you know you will get because you've asked for it, you're working on it. So that's how I do. So that's my evening. And then I drink my water, I take my baby aspirin, and I go to sleep. And I go to sleep. And I sleep. So I sleep for about 7.5 hours, 7.25 hours right through because I sleep on my back. And then the morning starts again. So that's my evening routine. It's the same all the time. When I'm on vacation, it might be a little bit rocky, but it still has gratitude. Like when I was in Australia, when I was in Tahiti, all these places, when I get there and I'm standing and I'm feeling the energy of the country I'm in. In Peru, I'm on top of this mountain that I climbed and so many people couldn't do it. I took some deep breaths up there and I closed myself. I am so grateful I got to see this. And somebody heard me. And the man said, oh, I never thought of being grateful. He was Australian for that. And I said, oh, look at the wonder I'm standing in. I said, the people that created this place are long gone and it's still standing. So what a thing they did so I can come to do it. So, and when I went up the Alps, I did the same thing. I didn't really look like what they did to the Alps so that I could enjoy it. It looked like, in my feeling, my energy, I felt like they ripped the Alps because they had this big metal into the rock, and I didn't like that. But I realized they did that so people like me can see that, so can see the Alps. So anyway, I like go to Mont Blanc and things like that. So when I get there, I give great gratitude for and I appreciate the energy. So that's what I always do. So is there something you wanted to try and you have not? Question number 5. No. I don't know. I'm trying to say, when I printed these questions, I thought, what have I wanted to try that I have not? What I would like to try, I have not. I don't know. I don't know. Because my last trip was to Vegas, and I tried the Insanity ride. I wanted to do that. They have a coffee that comes from Iran called Earth Coffee. Oh, the coffee is to die for. So I went. I had to try that. So I went to try it several times. It's such a nice experience. No, I don't know. I haven't come across it. But when I do, I always make a way to find it and to try it. I love adventure. I love risky adventure. I love risky investments. And because of that, the risk does not bother me. When I climbed the bridge in Sydney, my husband was still alive. He sat at the bottom of the bridge and he wouldn't move. He said, if she dies, Michael will kill me. That's our son. I I didn't find anything wrong with it, but he can't stand height, so he couldn't understand it. So I didn't want him to, he didn't live to see me go to the skywalk at the CN Tower. But I do take the risky things. I do. It doesn't bother me at all. So I haven't found something that I want to try that I haven't tried. So that is one of the things. But hi, 116. So I've tried anything I want to try. I put it in my list. Not a list. I write things down that I plan to do. I write things down that I want to do. And I accomplish them. Because as I have always said, whatever you write becomes your reality. If you don't put it to paper, it will not materialize. So make sure all your desires and your goals, write them down. I got that from the movie The Ten Commandments when he said, so let it be written, so let it be done. Whatever you write, when you write it, you know what? So let it be written, so let it be done. It must materialize. So any of the things that I want to do, if I come across it, I will try it. So that there isn't anything right now. There's nothing on my agenda because COVID stole my passport. So number 4, what challenges you? Oh my goodness. What challenges me? Sometimes what challenges me is when I want to tell somebody what I really think. That challenges me. I have to breathe and take it in and try to say, Tessa, keep yourself quiet and don't say. And my sister Dawn will tell you, when something funny is happening and I'm sitting around, I have a glass in my hand, I'll do this. I just keep the glass to my mouth so that nothing comes out. Otherwise, what challenges me is women who don't stand up for themselves. I really have an issue with that. A woman that just said, well, my husband said I should vote for the conservatives. My husband said I should vote for the liberal. And I'm thinking, you don't know what I'm thinking when I hear that. It just sends me in a tailspin. I love a woman to have an opinion. I love a woman to decide what you want to do. If all you want to do is be a person that looks after your family and your extended family, that is perfect. That is how you want to do it, good. But stand up for who you are. And that is what is important to me. So that challenges me when I come across somebody and I see the potential and they cannot see the potential. And that is very difficult for me. That challenges me. When somebody has it in them, they can do it. I know you can do it. I know you're smart, you're brilliant, you're strong. Why are you staying back? Like when I meet women who gives their paychecks to their husband, I cannot tell them what to do. I just look at them and I'm flabbergasted. You do in this modern society. And then my husband gives me pocket money and I'm going, oh, you're like 50 years too late. But I just, what are you here for? I cannot help you. The only person that can change it is you. I cannot do that. If you don't like it, then change it. So those type of things challenges me. If you were born in Canada, you were raised in Canada, you don't have an accent, you went to school in Canada, and you cannot make it and you cannot succeed, I want to know what is your hindrance. What is it that is preventing you from being the best you can? You are raised and born in a country where people will kill to come to, and you are telling me you are letting that opportunity leave you. And there are people who would die to come to this country. And you were born here, you speak like everybody else. You're not like me with an accent of, today it's English, tomorrow it's West Indian. And you cannot function. What is your point? You go to school for free. All your schooling is free. You can do whatever you want. In Canada, if you don't want to go to school, they bring the flipping school to you. You can do it. They give you grants and they give you this and they give you bursaries and you can go to school forever. There is never a day they tell you you can't go to school, you cannot learn something. So that challenges me when somebody has all the opportunities and they're not taking charge of it. Another thing that challenges me is selfishness. So you have a gift, you know how to do something, and there is somebody struggling and you're not making the effort to say, hey, this is how you do it. Can I show you? would you like me to help you? That is what I have challenges with that. And just sometimes just to, don't swear at something that's terrible. But anyway, so these are what challenges me is people that are ineffective. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And they or the person who didn't vote and tells me the government is not doing anything for me. And I said, well, you didn't tell the government what you want, did you? Who is your member of parliament? Who is your councillor in your little city? Do you know who represents you? Do you even know their name? So you cannot sit back and don't vote and expect things to work in your way. Then because you have given your right to somebody else, especially a woman that does not vote. In America, black women only got the right to vote, 60 years ago? The white ones got it 100 years ago. In the Caribbean, they had it 120 years ago. So people died to give you the right to vote. So why aren't you going to honor them? Honor them. Go in there and do something. Just go to honor the women that came before you, that fought for you to have a right to vote. So this type of things challenge me. One of my brothers said to me, oh, my wife and her sister decided they don't want to vote. And I have a memory like an elephant. So like 2 years later, she's saying, oh, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. I said, but you didn't vote. And they looked at me like, what? I said, you didn't vote. So how you expect them to do what you want? You didn't even try to vote. So these things challenge me. So we wouldn't go there because, do it. Just try it. Just try it. Like, technology is not my speed, but I don't give a shit. I come here and I do what I can do. And if you don't like it, then close your eyes. That's all I can tell you. So do you ever get, number 3, do you ever get writer's block? No, I haven't yet, but I've been writing for a long time. I didn't realize it until my youngest brother told me, you used to always write and ask me to read it. And I remember a little of that. I've been writing I know for sure all through my married life, because I always wrote my children's stories and read it to them at night. So I've been writing children's stories for my children, and I got the characters to grow, and at the age they were growing, so the stories, they could relate to the stories. I purposely did that so that I would expand the imagination. Because if you're writing a story and you're describing the person or the people in there, they don't have a book, so they have to create it. Like if I'm talking about a witch, I'm going to talk about her skin and her moles and what they look like, and I would talk about like her eye and her eyebrow, and I would bring out her teeth and her neck, and all the things. And if I'm talking about a warlock, I'd make him 10 feet tall, and he had a slopey shoulder. So I'll go through the thing, and I'll say, there she was. She had climbed down the rocky thing, and when she looked down, what is waiting for her is a witch with a cauldron boiling, and she knew if she didn't hold on to that rock and she fell, she'd fall right into the boiling water. You think my kids had nightmares? No. Anyway, so that's how I have always written. So I write my morning blessings all the time. So I get my topics come to me as I'm going through life. So once I get a topic, I have books like that, and I would write just the topics, like what possibilities that might come, and I will take the word possibility, because I don't see a picture. I have never been able to create a picture. I see a word, and I can take the word and make it and bring it alive. So in my head, I'm making the word walk. I'm making the word dance. I'm making the word see things. So I get a word and I create a story. For one word, a phrase, a sentence. I have never used a paragraph. If I get a paragraph, I might have 2 or 3 things from that same paragraph. So my morning blessings, I write every Tuesday. I write all day on Tuesday. And anytime I have a slack period, I write. So I never get writer's block. I haven't yet. But I have this imagination that I have seen, you look at maple leaves, the maple leaf on the tree, there's one leaf that is spinning, and all the other leaves are not spinning. They're just there. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it. One leaf is just spinning, and all the other leaves on the tree are just there. They're not moving. So I can take that leaf as the energy for the tree. And I can say, make a story from that, what I just saw. That spinning leaf. I take it and I create it to be a human. Somebody that's always constantly trying. I don't like my neighbors. It's that leaf is saying, I don't want to be with these people. I'd rather be moving. I want to move. What can I do to get out of there? So that I can take and make a story. And it's from what I just saw. So I see things a lot differently than others. So I don't get writer's block. But I will have months of topic sitting and I keep adding to them. And the topic is a word, a phrase, as I said, a sentence. And then I write, I go through them and I write. And if I find one and I'm not quite ready for it, I'll skip it, but I'll go back to it. So, no, not yet. Anyway. Number 2, how do you stay focused during meditation? That was the first one I got today. How do you stay focused during meditation? Meditation, you cannot stay focused during meditation if you don't practice meditation. You must practice meditation. And you don't, if you're fortunate and you can do it and you can sit in a yogi position and you're comfortable, your spine is straight and you can do it, then great. But you don't, your mind is always going to go. You have to bring it back. You have to bring it back. And it's up to you to find that core. So your core now could be your heartbeat. Your core could be down your spine following your chakras. And your core could be your grounding chakra, the red one, chakra number 1. So chakra number 1 is your grounding chakra. That is what keeps you grounded. If you can connect to that one, it would be like a dance. Once you can go and sit and hold on to that chakra, the red will be brilliant. The closer you get to it, the more brilliant and bright and powerful that gets. And that's grounding. So when you touch that chakra and you're standing in meditation or sitting and you're holding on to it, at first, until it gets still, it's like you're balancing because you're not grounded yet, right? So you'll feel your body, although your eyes are closed, you'll feel your body going like this. And maybe it's not, but it's the chakra that's pulling on you. So that is one way to get it. And every time your mind shifts, you bring it back. You center it again. You center it on your breath. You center it on your heartbeat. So you should feel your breath and hear your heartbeat. That's when you know you have gotten it. When you can feel your breath going through your body, not hearing your breath and feeling your heartbeat, it's the opposite. So that is what works for me. But it doesn't mean as soon as I can meditate on the subway, I can meditate in somebody else's driving, I can meditate in a conversation. If I'm not interested, I can just go. But that's years and years of doing that. But there are times if you're not feeling good, you're not happy, you're not healthy, you're disturbed, you will not be able to do it and you'll be restless. But one of the things you can do is sit and tell your body, we are not moving for 5 minutes. So you have to be able to not scratch your nose, not pull your hair, not fidget, you just sit. And if your hand wants to move, you say no. You say to yourself, you're not going. We're going to sit in stillness. And this is how you try to control it. But your mind will wander. Because you remember, we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day, and they're the same thoughts from yesterday. So that's why your mind will wander, and it's up to you to bring it back to the center. It's up to you to reconnect. And after a while of constantly doing this, you will find that, yes, you can. And then, even on that, there are days you will not be able to do it. So you have to maybe go for a walk. That is the day when your mind will not rest, and you know your mind is not going to sit still. Then you take it for a walk. It's like you take a belligerent child, you take a dog for a walk. Come on, let's go walk. You don't want to give me a meditation today, let's go walk. And so that is how I stay focused during my meditation. I look at what type of meditation it is. If it is one that I require to walk, a walking meditation actually does exist. A walking meditation enables you to hear your footsteps. Another thing you can do if you can do some of your exercises, in the summer, I do my stretches outside in the backyard on the grass with no shoes on. And one of the first things I will do is plant my feet into the grass and wait to see if I can feel the energy of the ground beneath my feet. So that all that type of stuff helps you. So, but meditation takes time and it takes practice. It cannot be rushed. It's something you must take your time to do. So being focused requires time and patience and consistency. And you don't have to meditate for 30 to 40 minutes. If all you can do is 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like when I go upstairs, I go to the front for 5 minutes, those 5 minutes is a kind of a meditation. I center myself on my heartbeat. And your heart is where a lot of things lay, so you have to push it out. Like you can send love out of there, you can send joy out of there, you can send happiness out of there, thankfulness out of there. Actually feel it living, gratitude and appreciation. So that's one of those things. So that's a meditation. And then, how often do you meditate? That was question number 2. No, I did 2, so this is question number 1. How often do you meditate? I do 3 times a day. I actually do a 10-minute, full 10-minute meditation when I have gone and done a lot of stuff. I'll do that in the middle of the day. I meditate in the morning, and I meditate, of course, before I go to bed. So my meditation is at night is 15 minutes. The meditation in the morning is half an hour. I am up at 5:15, and I get to do my morning blessing by 8. So I have between 5:15 to 8. And I do all the things that I want to do to get ready for that. So, but I do meditate. The shortest one is in the middle of the day. And it's actually just to regroup, just to get yourself back. You have been going and going. Like, for example, I get up at 5:15. I go to bed at 9:30. So by 5:15 and 10:15, I've already been functioning for 5 hours. So maybe at the 6-hour mark, around 11, that's when I do my second meditation. Usually 11:15. And that's when I will have my first chewable meal for the day. So that doesn't mean I drink lemon water and I have coffee. I have a collagen coffee with coconut milk, coconut cream or oil, and collagen protein. And that will last me until 11:30, 12. So that's what I do. I meditate 3 times a day. In the morning for half an hour, in the middle of the day for 10 minutes, at night for 15 minutes. I don't eat a full meal, a chewable meal, until 11:30, 12. And I don't eat another meal past. I can eat whatever I want. I eat everything. I'm never on a diet. And I don't eat past 6 p.m. So by 6 p.m. I'm done. I'll drink water. I might have just a light tea, like holy basil, a relaxing tea, a sleepy tea. But I don't chew any food past 6 p.m. And I don't eat before 11:30. So in the morning, I take in a lot of liquids. And the first thing I'll have is my collagen protein coffee. And that will take me through later in the afternoon when I'll have something to eat. And then by 5:36, I'll have my last meal of the day. And I cook everything from scratch. I prepare my meals myself. I don't use anything that comes in a can. I've never liked canned food, so I wouldn't buy beans or peas or that. I'd rather soak them for a week than buy that. When it's in the summer, I eat straight from my garden. I grow vegetables. So that's how I live my life. But I do meditate 3 times a day, and I really take care of my health. Any more questions? Anybody has any questions? I'll give you guys a few minutes. If you want to type a question, I will take it. So let me know. Raise your hand if you have a question. Put your hand on the keyboard. But that's what I do. So I hope you got something out of my routine, because Friday night is Ask Me a Question night. And I answered all the questions that were sent to me earlier. But if you have one, you can write it in. Hi, Mina. Nice of you to join. Hoping to meet out with you and have a live with you one of these days. It would be so nice. So Chris came on, and do you Do you bake? Of course. I bake bread from scratch without a recipe. My parents owned a huge bakery, like owned a huge bakery. I never knew how to bake. We were never allowed in the bakery. Um, don't ask what's my dad. So yes, I can bake. I can bake bread. I send you pictures of my bread. I bake really good bread. No, I bake bread for the holidays or if my children or my adopted, like Patrick and my girlfriend's children wants bread, I will do it for them. I love baking. I make my own egg rolls. Yoko, you would have, you know. I make stuffed grape leaves. I am a good cook. I'm a very good cook, but I do like to bake. I make the best Swedish pastry with almonds in it, like 16 layers of pastry. Remember, I went to a Catholic school, so the nuns taught us how to bake. My mother had a bake, parents had a bakery, so I can make all the fancy cakes. So yes, I bake. I can bake. I just don't do it now. It's no point you baking this thing. I can make the best coconut pie ever. I make egg rolls. Yes, I do. I go to the Chinese shop and I get my egg roll wrapper and I make my egg roll. So Don said, what is my diet? I eat vegetables, meat, and potatoes, and rice, whatever I want. I'm more of a grazer. After 12, I can graze all day. So I eat that. Tessa taught me to make biscuits. Yeah, I make biscuits too. Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, I make egg rolls. I make what do you call that? Christmas cake, the rum cakes. I make a mint fried rice. I love trying new things. Once one of my customers brought me stuffed grape leaves. They're from the Middle East. And I have grape leaves growing at the cottage, at the lake. There's grape leaves on it. It grows wild. So I started, and then I found it's growing in my backyard because we live in an area that's wooded too, right? So it grows by the lake down where I live, and it grows up at the cottage, and it grows in the backyard. So I do stuffed grape leaves. I do a baked macaroni and cheese if you want that baked. I maybe put 7 different cheeses in there. I'll serve wine. I like nice food. I'm a Taurus. We have a taste bud to die for. We like luxury. We'll work for it, but we like the better things of life. We are not spendthrift. We don't waste our money. We make our money work for us. But I love sharing. Don, you're saying grape leaves. Ask Michelle. We made it when Michelle was there. Hi, Sharon. So yeah, so I do bake, Yoko, and I bake, and I'm a good cook. I like adventure in cooking. I like trying new things, and I don't know this. I make pizza from scratch. My girlfriend taught me how to make the pizza dough, and I also stuffed my own cannoli noodles. I know how to make them and how to fold them. And when the kids were there, husband and nieces and nephews, Sunday, and I always baked and cooked special meals. So I can make the different types of cheese breads and all these type of things. Cheese is huge in our family. Yes, and I make that chopped chicken with zucchini and from the backyard. But Michelle, when she comes in the summer, she just goes in the backyard and pick all the vegetables she wants because I have a big vegetable garden. So I love learning to cook different foods. So I know how to cook duck. I know how to cook sea turtles because my dad used to always have them tossed and brought out from the beach in one of the homes we had in the city with my parents' house. And so I know how to cook this type of things, but I love grape leaves. I love doing them. It's such an adventure. Once I did it with meat, without meat, with walnuts. Michelle was here, my niece, and we did it with walnuts. And my son-in-law was gobbling at them, said, these are really good. So Michelle said to him, it's not meat. And he said, yes, it's meat. And I said, no, it's walnuts. And I use walnuts instead of meat to do the soft grape leaves. And then I do, when I do I smoke my own salmon, and when I do the spring rolls and the egg rolls, I fry them outside. I have the big, not too big, cast iron pot, and I do it on the barbecue burner. So I do that outside, and it's really a feast. because my neighbors all come over and we just have, and I make a big, I maybe could make 200 of them. I stand and I roll them in the kitchen, and then I leave them overnight, and the next day because everything is cooked already, so next day I just deep fry them. What else? That's it. So that's my cooking history. Any more questions? I'm so glad Mina came and joined, and Yoko and Dawn and Sharon came, and we had all these wonderful conversations. So guys, if you have no more questions, have a wonderful evening, and thank you. I am going to be on with Zan tonight at 9. So if you guys are interested, drop in. Zan is going to talk about health and wealth. I think that's what he said. So I don't know if he's talking to me or when I'm talking to him. You never know with Zan. And don't forget the brandy. I haven't had a drink since New Year's. And I don't know, it's silly. So I haven't had a brandy since New Year's Eve. So I haven't had any alcohol. Sometimes I'll go for years. And then Lent is in 2 weeks, so I won't be having alcohol until my birthday in May. I'll have one drink. I don't know, I just stopped it for some reason or the other. I don't know, I woke up one day and I don't know, I just never felt for it. So I don't have it. So the brandy is in there, of course, Dawn. If you come, you can have as much as you want, but I'm not having any because it doesn't matter to me. It's not a big deal. I can have it, leave it or take it. So I am going to be off it because Lent is in 2 weeks. I might well just continue the journey and give it up until Lent, and then maybe at my birthday in May. It depends. Already COVID is taking away my big birthday, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a wonderful evening. Oh well, I know what you're saying. That is true. Brandy and scotch kills germs. So if you have a sick stomach, you just take a shot of scotch or brandy and it just makes it go. I don't know about pimples on cut. I've never tried that. I don't know where my ideas come from. It must be the meditation that brings them on. Have a great evening, all of you, and I'll see you guys at 9. Don't forget to join Zan and myself at 9 p.m. That is late, but I'm staying up, so I just want to entertain Zan tonight. Have fun, and thank you for dropping in. And I hope I will enjoy the questions to the answers to the 7 questions. Have a great day, guys.